How's it going, everybody? Level M Diecast. Thanks for joining us today. We do have a batch review on tap, of course. This is mix number 7. This is the G case for 2025. There are 11 models in the mix, as stated. There is a Super Chase in this mix as well. Unfortunately, I don't have the Super Chase, but there it is right there. So my cases did not, unfortunately, contain a Super Chase, but there is that Cadillac Super Chase if you're lucky enough to pull a Super Chase. All right, getting into the basic models, number 70 of 125. We're going to kick this off. Renault Kangu Express. This one in City Services Street Maintenance Deco. This is a relatively newer deco that we've seen kind of floating around here and there. I think it started on the actual Street Sweeper, but we've seen it on other models. So nice to see a reoccurring theme, a new reoccurring theme. It says Signs and Posts Division. So this is where the vehicle would fix posts or signs or whatever. No prints on the back. This model does not have an interior either. It is just solid black. The little bit of taillight and headlight prints are done with the side pass, so it's not very good. No prints on the front as well. Details on the other side are exactly the same. So pretty straightforward model, nothing particularly fancy. There is the base deets, should you need the base deets. Not a new casting. We've seen that casting about 8 or so times already, so it's a little bit more on the popular side. All right, next one up, number 12 of 125. This is your Volkswagen 4x4 Beetle. This core casting has been around for quite some time, although this is the most recent version, which has been out for several years already. Really cool, kind of hippie-ish kind of throwback deco to this particular one, which I'm really liking. It says VW Beetle on the side. You know, a little 70s vibe going on right there. Looks kind of cool. Uses the old school off-road wheel, which is really nice. So kind of break up the monotony just a little bit. This casting was retooled, so the interior and the engine part are the same piece. You can see there is some cargo in the back. I don't know if that's new or if that's been in there. Hopefully it's not a interior variation, but I do want to point that out. There is cargo in the back. Never noticed that before, so hopefully that's not new. No prints on the front, no prints on the top. A yellow window, which looks really good. Details on the other side, exact same deco. Digging it for sure. 2000 was a new casting. 2012 was updated. So it's been around for a little bit. 157 scale. Still has the scale on it, which is nice. That's not something we get too often, but that one is a pretty good addition. All right, another reoccurring theme that's getting kickstarted here. Number 113 of 125. This is, of course, your F-Series contractor truck. This happens to be for Agave Acres. We've seen that on at least 1 or 2 models already. That is an original design by Michael Geralda, of course. So we'll get this out of here. So really nice to see the contractor truck living on. This was also I believe this was an 8-pack exclusive. Although I don't believe I actually have that one yet as the time of this video. So still looking for that. Unit number 3. So there's probably been 2 and then now this one being the 3rd one. So hopefully they will number those units in order. That'd be really nice. Landscape design and construction. A little bit of a thumbprint on the back. Bringing to life your drought torrent horticulture dreams. Very interesting mouthful there. And then, of course, since, what was that, 1998, maybe? Could be 1998. Looks pretty good. No prints on the front, but this casting does have a break in it, which is really nice. No prints on the back, which is okay. And then, of course, that bar section on the back is a separate piece. There is no interior to this model because that ladder rack in the back is a separate piece. There's the base deets. Just a little side note, that casting has also been in ink and construction, or Rannick construction deco. So it's been running the gamut. All right, next one up, 104 of 125. Yes, the return of the Pierce fire truck. It is now called the Aero XT, which is perfectly fine. This actually came back in a 5-pack last year. I don't think it was in the mainline, number 104 of 125, but it's in the mainline now. And yet again, we have another reoccurring deco theme that's been rolling through for Matchbox County, which looks really good. Sorry about that. Get that to focus. Looks good. Number 71 on this one. This casting's not been modified, so I'm really happy about that. Still has a separate piece for the top. So this one is still extra pieces. to build, and of course it's got lots of chrome. So really, really happy to announce that this casting's not been modified, at least from what I can tell, to make it cheaper, so to speak. So really happy about that. Nothing particularly fancy outside of that. The disc hub wheels looks pretty good. And then there is your base deets. So didn't get a new copyright or anything like that. They just simply changed the name from the Pierce, whatever it was. I forget what it was, but it's now the Pierce Aero. So that one's really, really nice. So we've actually seen that deco on quite a bit. We've actually seen that deco on a real working rig as well, which is really cool. All right, a second Volkswagen in the mix, 118 of 125. This is the new Beetle Cabrio in pink, which I'm just digging it. I'm just digging it. I think it's such an appropriate color for this one. Also sports the disc hub wheels. I really think this model should always have that wheel on there. However, we have seen it with a 5-spoke once. I think maybe just once, but disc hub wheels look very, very good, very appropriate. Has full prints in the back. This one happens to have a plate on there, which is looks to be just a Matchbox plate, but it says Pinky Volkswagen, which of course is decoed off of a California plate, which is nice. Details on the back look pretty good. Prints look pretty good. Prints on the front as well. So I definitely like the way that Matchbox does their print more than Hot Wheels. They're more realistic. Hot Wheels is doing more of a kind of a artistic style, kind of drawn on details for their headlights and taillights. I'm just not feeling it. So, but I really like that one. That one's really, really cool. And it's not like super neon bright or anything. Pink, it's just good. It's just good. All right, next one up, 29 of 125. This is your police Interceptor sporting a taxi deco. This is the first time this casting has ever had a taxi deco on it. That is actually a licensed taxi deco as well. Now, I did criticize this model a little bit when I did my case unboxing for this. But it turns out that the NYC actually, well, I should say the NYPD actually uses these undercover NYC cabs as cop cars. So this is a real possibility. So it doesn't have a light bar on it. It would have a typical taxi bar on the top, but it would be a police car. And they would use those for police activities, which is actually kind of cool. So MB621, 821, you see that on the back. That is the man number. But other than that, this is a licensed deco. Looking pretty good. NYCT for NYC Taxi. The corner light in the front, tail light in the back, done with the side pass. Looks okay from the sides. Doesn't look good from the back and doesn't look good from the front. Although the front is more tolerable just because it's got that nice push bar, which looks good. And of course, the interior has a nice laptop in there, which looks good. Always like the interior on this one. Base Deets 2010 Mattel. This casting was originally modified, or was modified from its original version. It used to have a light bar on the top, an actual secondary added on light bar. They retooled it to include the light bar, which is fine. All right, brand spanking new casting in this mix. Yes, there are 5 brand new castings in this mix. It is loaded. 57 of 125, your 2021 Morgan 3-wheeler. There is the card art, which looks really, really good. Looks really, really good. Brand spanking new casting here. We have not seen Matchbox and Morgan together for quite some time. There is the casting. This is a metal base. We'll take a look at the deets since we're already on the base. 1495 is the man number. So there is the metal base. It also has a metal body. And then this nice chrome piece is plastic, but it looks really, really good. Details on the front look very nice. That is a brand new mold for those skinny wheels in the front. It does have, of course, the lace wheel design on it, but the wheel is a brand spanking new design. The little tiny wheel in the back, they probably had flown around for a while, but this one is new. Details in there right there. It is a right-hand drive. I don't believe there are any interior variations, but definitely keep an eye out for that. I will also keep an eye out for that, see if there might be any interior variations. Details on the back says Morgan looks good. A little bit of taillight prints, turn signals, all that good stuff like that. Very, very cool casting. And then just a little bit of silver print there on the top with your Morgan logo. Very, very cool. Very cool new casting. Very, very nice. Nice to see metal and metal. But of course, it's a small casting. So I can't really give them too much credit for going metal and metal. Just because it's so small. Kind of see them put some money into something else. All right, another brand spanking new casting for 2025. Number 14 of 125. Your Cadillac Lyric. This is an EV. So very interesting looking SUV. It actually is a relatively attractive looking SUV. But it is an EV, as you'd expect. Matchbox is still pumping out lots of EVs, which is definitely unfortunate. There is the side profile. Side profile doesn't really do it justice. The taillights actually wrap up on the side on the real model. So kind of takes away from the aesthetics of it when you don't get that extra print. But you do get full prints on the back. It says Cadillac on there, Lyric on this side. And then it is a, was it 800E or 600E4. This means it's all-wheel drive. Cadillac uses some very complicated model numbers for their trim designations nowadays. Prints on the front are very nice, very crisp, very good. Those actually are relatively higher quality inkjet style prints, not your typical pad printing. So nice to see that. The Cadillac logo on there is okay. The Cadillac logo on the back was much, much better, printed much, much better. Base deets on this one, there you go. 1507 is your man number for this brand spanking new casting. Not too bad, but just another electric SUV. I think Matchbox has got plenty of those now. But what we don't have plenty of is this. Number 124 of 125, brand spanking new for 2025. Yeah, Muscle Wagons, 1966 Chevel Wagon. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Super excited about this casting. Very, very nice. Card art looks great. Digging it. Definitely want to see some more older muscle from Matchbox, but I want to see some 80s muscle. This model has a satin finish for the paint, which is really, really nice. It just soaks up all the glare. It looks really good. Chrome base for the details on there. There is the man number. 1492 is the man number. So your chrome base gives you your chrome bumper. You do see that ugly post in there, which is unfortunate. The back window is also open. So there's no window in the back here. So that's kind of cool. It's like rolled down. There is the details in the back. Says Chevel. Taillight prints look pretty good. The taillight on the right side is a little bit off, but not bad. It's not bad. And then details on the front. There's no prints because you have a full chrome front end, which is really, really cool. And then just a little bit of silver trim print on the side. You do have your Chevel logo right there in the back. So try to get that to focus in there a little bit, and then a little bit in the front as well. The stance looks pretty good. Uses the tri-spokes, which is pretty nice. It's a good one. It's a good one. Got some side mirrors on there too, so put that up there. And it's nicely sized as well. It's really nicely sized. All right, another brand spanking new casting, number 100 on the dot. I feel like that number is used twice. I feel like we've already seen number 100 this year, but regardless, this is your 2024 BMW 7 Series. There is your card art. This car is not particularly attractive in real life, although I do like big sedans personally. It's just a little bit weird looking in real life. But I can tell you as a diecast model, this thing is going to be a home run. Matchbox's relationship with BMW is storied. Been around for a really long time. They've done a lot of good stuff with BMW, and nice to see it's continuing. Taillight prints look average. BMW logo looks average, although you can read it, which is really, really nice. It does say, what does that say? Something 7 on the side, i7 maybe. And then there is the side profile. This, of course, is not the EV one. I believe that one's actually gas-powered, which is a nice change. And then there is your ridiculous kidney grills, which just get bigger and bigger and bigger. But the print quality is really, really nice. It looks a little bit weird on this model because you don't see as much definition between the driving and running lights. So it kind of looks like it's a double print. But I assure you that is intentional. And it looks good. Looks good. Black interior on this particular model. And then there is your base deets. 1497 is your new man number. Digging it. Digging it. That one's really nice. And it's big. It's like a bigger casting, which is exactly the way it should be. It's a 7 Series. It's a giant car in real life. All right, the very last model in the mix, number 101 of 125, another brand spanking new casting. This is your 2024 Mercedes-Benz EQB. This is the electric version of the crossover they have. I forget what the actual one's called, but this is the electric version. This one uses the exact same weird shaped blister that the Interceptor utility uses, so I know that probably doesn't matter to anybody, but I like to point that out because it's just a very weird blister, so nice to see they found somewhere else to use that blister. I particularly like this SUV. I think this SUV is very attractive in real life. I really like the kind of squared off details to it. It is in a pearl white. It says 4MATIC on there because, of course, it's all-wheel drive. And then, of course, there's your EQB 350, so it's a lower trim level. So nice to see that they're not making just only higher trim levels. Kind of a, as a matter of fact, I think that might be the base EQB. That does share its platform with a gas-powered model, so it does have a traditional fuel door on there. But on this one, of course, that would be your power port. Prints on the front of this one are absolutely fantastic. Look at the just detail in the grille. That grille is a hallmark of all the E-Series electric cars that Mercedes is doing. And they look really, really nice. They do. The grills are really, really nice. This particular one is really nice too because the prints are fantastic. And then, of course, you do get a Mercedes logo on the top. Of course, it's got an interior and all that good stuff like that. I do like the dark chrome 5 spokes on there. And then there is our base D. It's 2024 Mattel, so this casting's been floating around for a little bit. 1434 is the man number for this brand spanking new casting. So we'll throw that guy up there. So there you go. That is mix number 7. That is the G case for 2025. Again, there is a super chase in this mix. It is the Cadillac CT5. Otherwise, 11 models in the mix. It's a pretty decent sized mix, as you'd expect. Otherwise, red editions. Red editions are going to be a big question mark. I just want to give you guys a heads up. It's really difficult to try to figure out where and if they're going to show up in a batch. So moving forward, red editions will be just kind of a big question mark as part of our batch review. So anyways, let me know what you think about that particular batch. Let me know about 5 brand new castings in there. So that's pretty impressive. And we got H-Case coming up real soon too. So stick around for that one. Catch you next time on the batch review for LMD. Peace.